Stunts rule, man. Stunts are the best.
Buffy is a very stunt-heavy show. Lots of fights, lots of weapons.
Stunt day is always my favorite day.
Anything that consists of physical activity that could be dangerous to the average person, I consider that a stunt.
John has a tough job. In a way, he's an extension of the writers, because they have to come up with something new every week. And John does too, because the pacing of this show and a lot of its appeal comes from its physicality and comes from its action sequences.
The thing that's different about Buffy is we not only have big karate-style fist fights, but we really have everything, including bringing the house down on people. We pull walls out, we throw people, we fly them. They hit the ground, they dive through everything. It's different every week.
The way to keep the fights and stunt elements exciting is to utilize the stunt people that work. And we have a wide variety of talented stunt people, from people who do martial arts to gymnastics to special skills. And I utilize their abilities. I don't just create them at the top of my head. Sometimes I see what they can do, and I'll utilize their ideas and just mold it into the scene.
As a stunt person, I've had some acrobatic background, which has helped a lot because we've been doing more wire work. And then just different martial arts and styles that we can incorporate to put them together, to come up with some new tricks that maybe she hasn't done before. I've been able to learn and experience some new things like air rams, which was a lot of fun. Descenders, going from ceilings down to the floor, crashing in. Well, a lot of times it's a lot of fighting, so when we get to do those bigger ones, it's a lot of fun.
I love ratchets and wire work and any kinds of flips. My background is in gymnastics, so that style tends to come in a little bit. As you can see in the last episode, there's a big fighting scene, and there's also some gymnastic ability in that.
There are people surrounding me, including Steve Tartaglia, who are absolute masters of the craft of mayhem.
I just love the fights. When they yell action, it's just like a boxing match. When the bell goes ding, you just enter the zone. And it's that zone that I think every athlete or actor even lives for. When there's a cut and you know you've nailed a good fight and everything is sold and they look at the playback on the monitor and everything is perfect, feels good.
Okay. Jack.
I don't go about creating a fight style. I look at James. I see how he moves. I take the cues from there, starting with his character and his shoulder jaunt. And just really trying to pay attention to that body language, which sort of helps to dictate the feel of the fight. So try to keep that in mind while working up the choreography with John, with the stunt coordinator. So when James does it, everything matches and blends seamlessly.
He's the guy teaching me the moves. Frankly, John doesn't have time. John is dealing with the larger picture. He's often directing the whole sequence. So when the time comes for me to do my shot, whether or not I actually am able to do it is up to Steve and I.
Action! Well, I'll send you your regrets! No.
Steve is an absolute maniac, though. Steve is a secret weapon. He'll face plant from 8 feet for the gift. From 8 feet up, he took a horizontal face plant into 3 foam bricks. And that was on this stage, which is just concrete, man.
I basically launched myself off of a platform and tried to sell what looked like the perfect belly flop onto concrete. and there was a few bricks laying around, and one of them caught me in the zone, if you know what I mean. And I had to just lay still there until the camera cut, and then I promptly displayed my pain. Yeah. I'm nutted though. I got a nutter.
You got a nutter?
Yeah.
This is me. Hi. Hello.
He's not my stunt guy. Steve is Spike, as am I. As is Joss, as is Doug Petrie, as is David Fury, as is Stephen McKnight, and everybody else who writes for him.
We have a great stunt coordinator in John Medlin, and we know we can rely on him to come up with interesting stuff. At the same time, sometimes we're very, very specific about the stunts because they're part of the story. Sometimes we know, we need a fight here. Give us a fight. Show us what you got. That's too much. Lose that. Keep that. And sometimes it's, this fight has to represent something very specific. So we need this kind of movement from Buffy, this kind of movement from Spike. So it varies how much we use the coordinator up front and how much we put in the script.
In a production meeting, I'll read the script, and we'll see something like Buffy falls back after being blasted by a magical power blast of one of the demons. In that case, we'll figure out how big the blast is going to be. Where is she, the surrounding area? Is she capable of doing it? Is she capable of falling back? Because there are ways of cheating the stunt for her to be safe. Like in a close-up shot, someone could be behind her and spotting her, or we could put down a nice section of pads behind her so she can actually do it. And then we'll save the wide shot for the actual stunt person to really take a nice hard hit on the ground and sell it that way. So it all depends on the scene itself and who the actor is performing the stunt, and consulting with them and making sure everything is going to be safe.
Riley?
Buffy, what are you doing here?
My job?
Well, I just thought you were in the North Sector.
Watch out!
The physicality of the role and the job in general was something I like to do. I'm like, John, come work with me on this. I want to learn exactly how it goes. I want to be involved in all the choreography. I don't want to cheat any of these shots. I want to try to do everything I can myself. And he just handles it in such a professional way. He's safe. He's prepared, and he is still open-minded and allows the actor to jump in and do some stuff.
Ming Lee in Fool for Love, who did the sword and who was the slayer that was killed in the Boxer Rebellion, was so liquid and so in control with those swords. She placed those swords within micro inches for close-ups every single time, and we were fighting on cement covered by dust, which is not an easy floor space to fight on at all. and she was fighting with a sword with a principal actor, which is like a big deal because you're not supposed to hurt a principal actor.
There are certain gags that our actors are not allowed to do. They're not allowed to take big falls. They're not allowed to take hits. We don't let them do flips. A lot of them want to, but someone will get hurt. And so we just put a stop to the really dangerous ones, and we have stunt people to do that.
When John came aboard, he allowed us to make Buffy more physical, and use her whole body, to flip, to do a lot of wire gags, they call them, that we weren't able to do early on.
Those are really nice shoes. Giles, now!
The most exciting and thrill-type stunts that we've done, exciting for us to do, was the horse chase scene with the Winnebago. It's where we had a bunch of night-type characters chasing the Winnebago full of the Scooby Gang inside, and once they caught up to the Winnebago, they had to climb on top. Buffy jumps on top of the Winnebago, pulls out the sword after defeating one of them and kicking them off the top, and you have a nice ground hit. And of course, we're moving at good speed, so there's a lot of dangerous elements there. You have the risk element of people falling off, so they have to have good balance and good fight skills and be aware of their surroundings.
The trick to directing stunts is to keep everything moving. We try and go handheld with these things as much as we can. John and the director will go down and walk through the stunts, try and choreograph everything we can ahead of time, try and plan where the gags will be, which are people being pulled up on wires or being launched off of air rams or some specific gag that special effects will rig. And our stunt people are very good, and we don't really have a problem with matching the action. They're all very talented, and They'll go in and shoot a master. We'll shoot a big wide shot that has the full action, and then we'll bring our actors in and have them go in and do specific hits and falls and ducks and little parts of the action, and we just edit the whole thing together as one piece.
Rolling, rolling. And 3, 2, 1, dirt, drop. Howdy, that was an A+. Thumbs up? Thumbs up, all clear. Okay.